Okay, everybody. It is, I think this is video 5 or 6. I have to look. I can't remember which one this is, but periodically I take pictures or take a video of Cookie just to see her progress. And today she is 1 year old. Well, actually, it was officially yesterday, but today she is 1 year old. She was born on November 9th. Today is the 10th. This is also she shared also my daughter's birthday, but I'll do something for Cookie, give her a little birthday cookie or something like that for her birthday. But she is now 1 year old, and I believe this is as big as she's gonna get. For American Bully pocket size, this is as big as she's gonna get. So she's perfect for my little house that I'm in right now. But just to give you an update, Miss Cookie, she is at this particular stage, where is she at development wise? She understands people, she understands commands, she understands things. She understands when I'm in a bad mood. She understands when I'm in a good mood. She knows when it's time to play. She knows when she gets in trouble. What she does is she knows that she done something wrong. She automatically goes and cowers in her little kennel over there when she knows she's done something wrong. And usually what she does wrong, I'll catch her chewing on something she shouldn't be chewing on. But other than that, she's housebroken. If I take her over to somebody else's house, I just got to show her where the outdoors is, and once she realizes, okay, this is where I go, then she's good. You don't have to worry about her messing. Now, you do have to keep on a regiment, though. She goes out 3, sometimes 4 times a day. What I do is in the morning, I get up first thing in the morning around 6, 7, or 8. And the first thing I do is I let her out. As soon as she comes back in, I feed her. So she usually eats around 7, 7:30, 8. And then about an hour or 2 later, I let her out. Sometimes I let her out at lunch. So, just depends on if she eats or not, eats the full thing or not. But she goes out at noon, goes out in the morning, goes out at noon. And she eats again at night around 6, 7. And then she goes out again right at 9 before we go to bed, before we close up and get ready for bed. And if you don't stick to that regiment, at least 3 times a day, morning, noon, and evening, she will have a problem. Now, she'll let you know. She's communicated with me now, so we figured out when she's ready to go outside, she'll come and just sit and stare at me. I mean, she'll come over here, and if I'm sitting on this couch right here, she'll just come and sit and stare at me and what you looking at? That's the vibe I get. But she'll just stare at me, and then she'll pace around a little bit, come back, pace around a little bit, and then sit down and stare at me again. Which then I indicate, okay, you must need to go out. And sure enough, bam, she goes out and she does her thing. She comes back. I'm working on specific spots in the yard for her to go. And we've got that down. I think we've got that down almost 70% of the time. I mean, if I take my eye off of her, let's say, for instance, I go out with her. If she sees me outside with her, she knows exactly where to go. But I'm working on it to where I can just open the door, let her go, and she knows exactly where to go without having to be, motivated. Because sometimes she thinks she's slick. She'll try to do her business in the wrong spot. And, especially, and I need to train her get the right spot, because I got a deep backyard, and I don't want her to use the bathroom close to the house. Because if, you got to walk to the cars or whatnot, or you got to do something in the front part of the yard where the stuff is, you don't want to have to deal with all that. So if she goes to the very back, in the very back of the yard, and does her thing, then that's cool. So just getting her to do that, and remember that's where she goes. It's one thing to let her know that outside is where she goes. It's another to where outside. She also knows the street. So she knows where she lives on the street. Up and down the street that we live on. She knows exactly where she lives at on the street, so she got her smells down. She also knows certain commands. I tell her to go in her cage, she'll go in the kennel. I tell her down, stuff like that. But I still haven't fully trained her. If I say stay and all that, she's still having an issue with stay. She can sit, but she doesn't know stay, and I haven't taught her to lay down and roll over and all the other stuff. So we're working on that. But as of now, she's officially 1 year old. One of the things that I talked about in the previous video, she makes a terrible guard dog. Let me correct that. She makes a low-key guard dog. Okay, what I mean by low-key, if there's a noise or something, she's alert. She'll let you know. But she doesn't bark. She doesn't growl. She'll just come back. She'll just step back and, okay, wait a minute. What's that noise? What's that weirdness? What's going on? Something weird. She'll, but she doesn't growl. She doesn't bark. She doesn't whimper. She'll whimper because if she gets in trouble, one of the things I do when she gets in trouble, she does something she's not supposed to do, like a real big bad no. Her punishment is she stays outside overnight. Sometimes stays outside. Now I'll bring her food and stuff and water out there so she stays there, but so she'll whimper like, oh, please let me back in, I'm sorry, I won't make a mistake. But that's kind of like the reverse hot box for her. She don't like staying outside forever, regardless. So that's like a punishment that lets her know, no, that she did something that she should not do. And what is that, you may say? Chew on something. The last thing she did was, she took one of the pillows because she's got a chew toy over here. Let me see if I can zoom in. She's got a rope chew toy. I've given her other chew toys and she's tore them to pieces. Eventually toys and pieces. She likes some things with noises and stuff, but she really likes the rope chew toy. Unfortunately, the rope chew toys got, I guess, a texture that she hasn't discerned yet as to which one is good and which one is bad. And you notice how she's got her pillow in the bed, in her kennel, it looks like that, and the shredded end of the rope. Well, this pillow on my couch probably tastes or has the same texture, so she's thinking that she can tear that up. But we've had a discussion about that pillow before, and we dealt with it. I thought we dealt with it before, and she tried to do that, and I jumped on her then. But the other day, she had her nerve to get up there and take the pillow off the couch and just go at it, and that was a big no-no. So again, she had to go out in the hot box, and the hot box, it was raining. Now, when I mean the hot box, she's not out there without nothing. There is a doghouse for her out there with a pillow in it and everything, with a cushion in there. So she can go in the doghouse if the weather's bad. But she stays outside for that day or however long, depending on the severity of the crime, she's out there. So, and then she gets the idea that, okay, I did something wrong. Because I don't like being out here. And she'll whimper overnight. She'll whimper. And I've heard her beg to come back in. But that's as vocal as I've ever seen the dog get. She's never barked at anybody. She's never growled, never bore teeth. Strangers, regardless what race, creed, color, male, female, strangers, she's big puppy energy, eager to meet them, eager to be their friend, wagging tails, wants to go and greet them, and doesn't bare teeth, and smiling and lapping, and happy big puppy energy dog for anybody except one person. And I mean this. The only time I ever, because I thought when I first, in the previous videos, I mentioned that I thought there was something wrong with my dog because she never barked. I never heard her bark. Never heard her bark on anything. Strange noise. And let me reiterate. I took the dog to a fireworks show, and we were ground zero at the fireworks show. And she was calm, cool, and collected at 6 months old. This was back in July. 6-7 months old. This is 4th of July. I took her to a 4th of July fireworks, and where we were sitting was ground zero to the fireworks. So you can imagine the noise and the startlement and the excitement. She was calm, cool, collected throughout the whole show. Didn't bark, nothing. So I thought something was wrong with my dog, that she had vocal problems or something, until this one person. And the very moment she saw this one person for the first time, she barked, growled viciously. I was holding her and could not get her to stop barking. That's how severe, that's how She did not like this person whatsoever. And it wasn't the environment that Cookie was in. It wasn't the people around this person. It wasn't something the person was doing, holding, or nothing. The person appeared out of a room and Cookie went off. And I was holding her, trying to stop her, and she would not stop barking. And hair was raised up on her back and everything. And I could not believe it. Somebody told me, dogs have an innate sense about things and people that we cannot see. So that, and with this person, I can agree that I'm not going to go into details, not going to put the person on blast, and not going to tell you who the person is, but I can see it was warranted because of my relationship with that person. So, but nevertheless, and this is big puppy energy. See, she wants to play tug of war with her little rope, and she's on blast right now. She's on Front Street, showing out. But that's the only time I heard her bark. As far as her development right now, like I said, she's fully broken. She's cognizant of people and commands, and she's even understanding certain people don't like her. As far as when certain people come over and and they're scared of her, she has an innate ability. She's understanding that, oh, maybe I should back off a little bit. And she'll carefully approach the person. So she's even understanding that. She understands some certain words and stuff like that. She also, like I said, she's getting very smart. I still have yet to train her. I can't get her to stay. I can get her to sit. I can I can tell her to get down. She understands that stuff. And then when we're playing rough, if she's playing too rough, she accidentally snips at me, but she's playing her chew toy. She understands that she made a mistake, and she understands that. But she is so friendly, and as you can see, this is about the size she gets. And I'm just seeing if I can show you guys a reference. She's about, I'd say about from the floor to the top of her head, she looks like she may be, I'd say maybe 2 feet from the paws to the top of her head, maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet maybe, in height, total height. But this is as big as she gets. She's an American Bully pocket size, and just adorable, big puppy energy, friendly. She's already had her first heat cycle, and I expect her second one by end of December, January, hopefully. They say once the dog has 2 cycles that they are classified, they're officially considered old enough to breed, adult old enough to breed. So I haven't decided if I'm going to breed her or not, but because this is my first, and I don't know the details, ins and outs of what it takes to breed. But once she has her second heat cycle, she'll be ready to go, ready to do that if we choose to do that. Ah, poor thing. The other thing I noticed, she loves watching TV with me. I swear on all is good and holy, we'll be watching TV and she's just as engrossed in the show as I am. And I think she can hear and see the color or see movement on the screen. I think somebody said dogs are colorblind, but when the other dogs appear on the screen, she perks up a little bit so she can see that. And I think she's aware of herself in the mirror too. If I put a mirror in front of her, I think she knows it's her. Excuse me. But so far, so good. This is Cookie at officially 1 year old. Say hi. Give me your paw. Can I get your paw? There you go. All right. Say hi.